From the floor of the CME Group, this is Danny Riley on today's Cash Close. Oh, I want to get you guys. No, not really. I'll explain where I'm at on all this in a couple minutes. But first of all, the name of this video, the S&P 500 futures and reversing the reverse. The high of the day in the S&P came in at 2097.5 early in the morning. The low came in at 2069.70 late in the day. At last, we're 2074.5. We're down in the dumpers. We're down 24 handles. Total volume, 1.55 million minis and 14,000 big S&Ps traded in the pit. MOC, the MIM was dicking around from small to buy, and it kind of started out like 250 million to buy, kind of went down to 100 million to buy, and then the actual MOC came out by 67 million MOC. Pretty small number compared to what was going on here in the marketplace. Now, look, next week, we've got a much busier economic schedule. We've got a total of 16 economic reports. We've got the two-day FOMC meeting. Don't forget that. I think that's the biggie. And then we've got 12 T-bill or T-bond auctions or announcements. And on Monday, we've got the durable goods report and the Dallas Mfg, Fed Mfg report, and a lot of earnings. Now, look. The S&P reversed the reverse, and I think this is really what it's about. And, as we go into the summer months, into the dog days of summer, as we call it, or the dog days of August, or as we get close to that, this is not really out of character. Now, what the Pitbull has been talking about is that the S&P tends to make a high on the third Thursday of July. Now, he warned us about this, that there's a lot of volatility that starts going into the end of July into the third week of August. So, you know what? You may want to get your seatbelts on here. Now, big rip and a big dip. The S&P sold off a total of 35 handles today. That's not good. And the other thing I talked to the Pitbull about, he said he was maybe targeting 2040 in the S&P. To tell you the truth, you guys, I was talking to a good friend of mine, Tony, and he's a guy from the CME floor and worked in London. He's got a service like what we've got. And he said he was taking some time off because, you know what, he just didn't know what to do. And at this stage in the game, I'm going to say the same thing. I'm a little taken back by the size of this decline and the speed of this decline. Now, while I started calling the highs and saying that we were going to see some type of reversal, I thought 2085, 2095 would be a stretch, and we got all the way down into the 69 handle today. So that's an amazing drop. Now, what else do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about gold being on a new 5-year low, silver on a new 6-year low, crude oil down to 67.70 or 57.70? What is it that you really want to talk about? I think really at the end of the day, the main drivers here were the biotechs and all the liquidation in commodities and the liquidation in the biotechs. But anyways, look, I want to nail this out real quick. I am trying to get back on track, you guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I've had a couple health issues. Nothing major. I'm here. I'm ready to fight. But at the same time, we've had a little bit of a technical issue, and one of our guy Jeff is he's hitting the road here. He's hooskowing out of here to go to another town, and he's blowing up the Mr. Top Step videos, right, Jeff?
No.
No, hey, you are, yeah, right, Jeff. Anyways, I'll beat him up after the markets close. But anyways, look, I think the big thing here is the FOMC minutes, and that's really going to be the key for next week. But anyways, I'm going to try to talk to Jeff about helping me set up the YouTube channel so I can just do direct YouTube videos without having to go through the background and all that. I do want to reach out to you guys more. I don't want to leave you out there hanging. I've got over 2,000 followers on YouTube, and I think that, at the end of the day, I'm out here to help, and I hope that that's what it's all about. So I'm going to leave it like that. I want to wish everybody a really good weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow on Monday on the opening print.